Hello again. So last night I did the abhiyanga oil massage. It was so relaxing and incredible. Um, it really made me feel so good, and this morning I felt so refreshed. You can see I still have oil in my hair. It was a lot of oil. It was like 6 ounces of oil. Recommend to use 1 to 4 ounces of oil minimum. And then I infused the oil, sesame oil, with a couple herbs. So sesame oil as a vata dosha, sesame oil is very grounding and warming, and the best oil for our vata dosha. And I put a couple herbs. I put some kudzu, ashwagandha, cinnamon, long pepper, and a couple other herbs too, and infused it in the sesame oil, and it was just great. So we're going to talk some more herbs today. I am making churna, a mix of herbs for my Kitchari diet, which I'm starting on Monday. So if you aren't familiar with what Kitchari is a balancing and re-stabilizing diet, which is really good to do to regulate the digestion. So in Ayurveda, the digestion is a big aspect of your health. And in Western medicine as well, your immunity lives within your intestines. So it makes sense. So as a vata, my digestion is very irregular. Sometimes it's very strong and sometimes it's a little weaker. And I want to try this Kitchari diet to regulate my digestion, kind of restart my digestion and tonify and purify my digestion. So I have these herbs here, which I've put together, and I've already gotten them all set up here so you can see them. So over here on this side, this is a CCF mix, coriander, fennel, and cumin. So this is really key in a Kitchari diet, as far as eliminating toxins and regulating the digestion. Then up here I have a turmeric, which is good for vata, pitta, kapha. This one is also coriander, fennel, and cumin, very good for vata, pitta, and kapha. Turmeric is tridoshic. It's heating and very hot in essence, and an anti-inflammatory, and it's very cleansing. Over here we have ginger, which is good for vata and kapha, and it can increase or aggravate pitta. Also very hot and good for the digestion. Right here we have nutmeg, which is vata kapha, and good for the brain. Up here is clove, also vata kapha, very hot, good for cooling, and good for the digestion. Right here, black pepper, vata kapha, very hot and good for the digestion. Right here we have hing, which is vata kapha as well, also very hot and gets rid of toxicity, and it's good for the heart. Right here is ashwagandha, which is tridoshic, very hot as well, good for calming the mind, but keeping it nice and clear, and it's also very nourishing for the tissues. This is licorice, and licorice is good for vata and pitta, very cooling and good for the lungs. I'm looking for, in my Kitchari to, kind of restart my digestion and balance it, kind of bring it back to more stable digestion. But also I have issues with my lungs. I have asthma and chronic bronchitis, and I'm kind of looking for something to tonify my lungs and my respiratory system. So right here is amla, also tridoshik, very high in vitamin C. It's a very cooling for the digestion. So we have a mixture here of very hot spices, some warm spices, and some cool spices. So I don't want to overheat too much, but I don't want to become too cold as I am a vata type. So a mixture of a few very hot, some warming, and some cooling spices. Then right here we have cinnamon, which is good for vata and kapha. It's warming. It's a blood purifier. Here is red clover, which can increase vata. It's better for pitta and kapha, but it's a really good expectorant, so I wanted to add it into the mix. And I have a few more heating herbs here, so I'm not too worried about overdoing it on the red clover, as the heating herbs will balance out the cooling effect. And then I have right here some cardamom, which is also tridoshik and cooling, and it's very good for breaking up mucus. Long pepper right here, which is vata and kapha and heating, and it's very good for strengthening the tissues. And then lastly, but not leastly, definitely not least, we have kudzu right here, which is vata pitta. It's a cooling herb, and it's very good for the liver and for cleaning the blood and anything that has to do with the blood, like as far as the liver. So your skin, your urinary tract, and that sort of thing. So I'm really excited to try this churna. It's so beautiful. I love herbs. You can just see the earth in here. Everything is, either a bark or a seed or a root. So it's just so beautiful to me, and I'm really excited to try it. I'm going to put it in my little jar here and add it to my kitchari every morning. So I'll keep you updated on how the diet goes starting on Monday. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I am doing some free consultations until the end of the year. So if you're interested in inspiring Ayurveda into your lifestyle, I am going to graduate from my Ayurvedic lifestyle counselor training in November. So I think it's a really good way to practice by offering free consultations till the end of the year. Just let me know, email me, send me a message or a comment. If you have any questions, leave your questions in the box below, and reach out to me. Definitely reach out to me. We can figure out what your dosha is, where your imbalance is, if you have any. We can talk about nutrition and what kind of foods are going to be good for you, how to balance your digestion if your digestion is too hot or too slow. So I'll see you on Monday.